on their foreheads, and seconds later, their eyes turned white. The Nubin, a small device placed on the temple, is a new obsession on TikTok. Once activated, you can access games, communicate mentally with other users, and some even claim to see the future. No need for a phone. Everything happens in your head. People claim to have heard voices, seen their own weddings, or spoken with alternate versions of themselves. One user reports playing a game for 18 hours straight without ever moving, just with their thoughts. Another says he received a mental ad for a drink he'd never tasted. Still others have reportedly glimpsed their own funeral in a level 6 Nubin cutscene. The company claims everything is under control, but some report side effects, including migraines, confusion, memory loss, and mental hacking, because once logged in, it's impossible to tell if you're playing or being the game. People would have tried to remove it by force, but Nubin whispers to their brains, "Stay a little longer." You put it on your forehead, or you run away while you still can.
Those people who might think this is insane.
Just come hang out with us for a bit. I bet you any money by the end of the weekend you're going to leave with a microchip. My name is Anastasia Sin. I'm a magician.
Unlocked.
And a biohacker.
You can even hear my hand because my hand has like 8 magnets in it, so my whole hand is now a speaker.
Blues.
This goes to my website. This is a LED light. There's like a TED Talk, how we're all cyborgs.
You are all actually cyborgs. Suddenly we're a new form of Homo sapiens.
It really resonated with me. My house, my car, my clothes are my exoskeleton. Without them, I'm not exactly me. So adding more technology didn't really seem that weird.
It's literally a chunk of silicone with a battery and a circuit board.
If you are someone who hacks your skin with an electronic, we call them a grinder.
Let's see what we got in the Dangerous Things kit of how to become a cyborg. All right, let's see what it says, shall we?
Hey, ABC News. Let me show you what a body can do.
Why did you get that first implant?
Because my daughter wanted one. I said, listen, I'm not sure how safe this is for people, so how about I go and I get one, and if it's safe, like after a year and I don't have any health problems, I won't have a problem with you getting one. I'll even buy it for you. And she to this day doesn't have one, and I have 52. Yeah.
52, that sounds like an addiction.
A little bit.
At some points, 100 years in the future, everything will be an implant.
When you guys come together every year, what is the big wish list item that you all hope to one day make?
The thing everyone wants is Neuralink. It's frustrating because it's out there, but we don't know how it's built. So if Elon was willing to open source all of his stuff like we do, that'd be great. It works on the premise that your brain's electrical signals can interface with a computer's electrical signals. That is the dream. That is the Johnny Mnemonic, everyone's favorite movie in biohacking.
Upload begins when you press here.
Or uploading information like in the Matrix.
Cozy. I know Kung Fu.
What do you say to...
All right, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rekakwadash. Giving double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Shalom to the hopefully elect. Shalom to all the brothers out here laboring in this truth with sincerity. Shalom to the few sisters that watch. It's coming back with another lesson. As we saw in the clips before, hey, we right here, man. Everything that the apostles and elders have been saying, from Apostle Hall down, have been saying about this MOTB. We're seeing it take place right before our eyes. And this is clear evidence of where we're heading. You saw the lady say she wished she could get the Neuralink. And you have more people with that same attitude. So this is something that we're headed to, man. You got IUIC, Believers of the Way, ISUBK, a lot of these camps that don't believe that the chip, or the MOTB is the mark. Salaki, that the chip is the mark. Salaki on that. But, we have clear evidence, man. Clear evidence of where we're headed. So, we got to get it. But we're going to, kind of expound on it with a little bit more scriptures, man. Because, Yahweh Shem Shai said this would happen. John the Revelator scene is actually taking place. All right, this is Book of Revelation, chapter 13. And we'll go to verse 16. It says, "And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." We saw that lady. She said she had, if I'm not mistaken, 52 chips. Or maybe she said 2, if I'm not mistaken. It looked like 52. I had to go back and watch it, but she's willing, man. And her daughter was willing. And they got, now I don't know if it's a episode of a TV show, where they're putting that device on their temple and pushing the button. Eventually that'll come out. I'm sure some brothers know about it, but maybe it's a TV show or something. But that's where we headed, man. They don't just put things out for parody. And even if it is parody, it's soon to come. If you go back and look at a lot of those commercials in the 80s, all of that stuff has already came to pass already. And when back then, they thought it was so futuristic that'll never happen. Back then, you never thought you could talk with a phone in your house without a cord, man. So, look where we are now. So it's gonna happen, man. So this is Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. It says, "And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." And you see, this covers all people, man. Rich, poor, small, great, free, bond, everybody. Verse 17, it says, "And that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." So, it's coming to pass. Definitely coming to pass. So let's go to the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. And matter of fact, we'll start from the top. It says, it's book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 1. It says, "And I will stand upon my watch, and set me upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, that what I shall answer when I reprove Salaki." So, we're standing upon our watch, watching, taking heed, seeing these clips, seeing, what things on Instagram. Yahweh Shem Shai places things, in the open, for us to see. And we take it and filter these things through the scriptures, with direct correlation, man. Revelation 13, 16, 17 is a direct correlation to these clips, that we're seeing. It says, "And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that read it." And what, Yahweh Shem Shai showed John the Revelator the vision of people receiving the mark, And it's almost to the point now, man, when we read these scriptures, we can visualize these things happening also. And we're getting the visualization through these Instagram clips, through the web, TV. We see it happening, man. You know, so these visions are clear, you know, and we're bringing it out through the scriptures, making it plain, you know, for the elect. Verse 3 says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." And that chip is coming, man. You know, it's coming. You know, slowly but surely they're implemented, you know, and with the crash of the dollar, the new world order is going to be established, and that microchip is going to be a part of it. All right, this is the book of Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3 in the NLT. It says, "The vision is for a future time. It describes the end, and it will be fulfilled. If it seems slow in coming, wait patiently, for it will surely take place. It will not be delayed." And that chip is going to take place, whether these other camps believe it or not. You know, we see it, and you got to be a fool not to believe it, man. You got to be a fool not to believe it, you know. So, you know, it's out there, man. And, you know, Lord willing, I myself and the rest of the sincere brothers out here, man, will be able to resist, you know, taking it. You know, we know it's going to be hard, man. It's going to be hard to go through Jacob's trouble, you know, situation that we're going to be placed in, you know. But we can do it all, man. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he got us, man. So with that being said, you know, we want to constantly give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, and Kakwadash. Shalom.